To educate a man in mind and not in morals is to educate a menace to society. I would rather go out of politics having the feeling that I had done what was right than stay in with the approval of all men, knowing in my heart that I have acted as I ought not to. 9/10 of wisdom consists in being wise in time. We want men who will fix their eyes on the stars, but who will not forget that their feet must walk on the ground. With self-discipline most anything is possible. There can be no life without change, and to be afraid of what is different or unfamiliar is to be afraid of life. Do what you can, with what you have, where you are. Nobody cares how much you know, until they know how much you care. In any moment of decision, the best thing you can do is the right thing, the next best thing is the wrong thing, and the worst thing you can do is nothing. Speak softly and carry a big stick, you will go far. The only man who never makes a mistake is the man who never does anything. Far and away the best prize that life has to offer is the chance to work hard at work worth doing. The longer I live the more I think of the quality of fortitude. Men who fall, pick themselves up and stumble on, fall again, and are trying to get back up when they die. It is better to have it and need it, than to need it and not have it. The reader, the book lover, must meet his own needs without paying too much attention to what his neighbors say those needs should be. A thorough knowledge of the Bible is worth more than a college education. Patriotism means to stand by the country. It does not mean to stand by the president. It may be true that he travels farthest who travels alone, but the goal thus reached is not worth reaching. People ask the difference between a leader and a boss. The leader leads, and the boss drives. No man is above the law and no man is below it, nor do we ask any man's permission when we ask him to obey it. A man who has never gone to school may steal from a freight car, but if he has a university education, he may steal the whole railroad. It is only through labor and painful effort, by grim energy and resolute courage, that we move on to better things. Americanism is a question of principle, of idealism, of character. It is not a matter of birthplace, or creed, or line of descent. Each one must do his part if we wish to show that the nation is worthy of its good fortune. This country will not be a good place for any of us to live in unless we make it a good place for all of us to live in. The most important single ingredient in the formula of success is knowing how to get along with people. It is true of the nation, as of the individual, that the greatest doer must also be a great dreamer. Aggressive fighting for the right is the noblest sport the world affords. The lack of power to take joy in outdoor nature is as real a misfortune as the lack of power to take joy in books. Look toward the stars but keep your feet firmly on the ground. There is quite enough sorrow and shame and suffering and baseness in real life, and there is no need for meeting it unnecessarily in fiction. Women should have free access to every field of labor which they care to enter, and when their work is as valuable as that of a man it should be paid as highly. All the resources we need are in the mind. Be practical as well as generous in your ideals. Keep your eyes on the stars, but remember to keep your feet on the ground. The reason fat men are good-natured is they can neither fight nor run. Courage is not having the strength to go on, it is going on when you don't have the strength. The most important single ingredient in the formula of success is knowing how to get along with people.